Just imagine you're working with a sales report trying to identify the key factors driving revenue, but with so much data, it gets overwhelming. That's where the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, comes in handy. But it can be tedious and time-consuming. Finding the top 20% of factors contribute to 8% of your results. In this video, I'll show you how to use Excel tools to streamline your analysis and easily apply the Pareto principle to your data, helping you make smarter decisions by uncovering the most significant insights hidden within your data. When working with small data sets or data that's already aggregated, one of the simplest things you can do is sort it to bring the important data to the top. Here I have a table of medication errors currently sorted in alphabetical order. Instead, I can sort it in descending order based on the total. On the Data tab of the ribbon, we're going to sort. And instead of medication error, I'm going to sort by total. We'll sort on the cell values, and I want the order largest to smallest. Click OK. Now we can see that dose missed is most frequent, followed by wrong time and wrong drug. And if I add a cumulative total here with some equals sum, and I'm summing the cell to this cell initially, and with a first cell reference, I'm going to F4 to absolute, and then I'm going to double-click to copy it down. We get the error warnings here. We can ignore those because there's nothing wrong with this formula. And there I have my cumulative total. But what's really useful is cumulative percent. So, this cell divided by the total, F4 to absolute, and then double-click to copy it down. And we can see that the first 5 types of medication errors accounts for over 80% of the cases. With this information, we can focus on these areas to prevent the majority. Of course, because these are medical errors, you might also need to consider the highest risk errors and give them priority too. Here I have a table containing sales by year, category, and product. Let's say we want to focus on our top 5 products by sales value. One option is to go to the Data tab and add filter buttons. Of course, if your data is already in an Excel table, you should see the filter buttons. And if I go to the Table Design tab, you can see Filter button is unchecked. So let's check it and turn them on. And now from the Sales Filter button drop-down, I can go into Number Filters, and down here we have Top 10. I'm going to change the 10 to 5. And in the drop-down here, notice we can filter by items or percent. I'm going to leave it at items and click OK. And if your data isn't already sorted, you can click on the drop-down here and sort it largest to smallest to bring the biggest sales values to the top. And if you want to see all the data again, you can simply go to the Data tab of the ribbon and click the Clear Filter button, and that will remove them all. Here I have 12 months worth of cost data by department, cost element, and country. And if we go to the bottom of the table, you can see it spans nearly 10,000 rows, which is way too much to scroll through row by row looking for insight. So, let's insert a pivot table. And I'm going to put it on my existing sheet called Pivots and click OK. And then from the field list, we're going to look at the actuals in the values and the cost element in the rows. Let's right-click and go into the number formatting. Because these are large numbers, I want to add a comma separator and we'll hide the decimal places. Next, I'm going to right-click and sort largest to smallest. To calculate the cumulative percentage, simply add the actual to the values area again, and then right-click Show Values As, and then we want percent running total in, and cost element is the base field. Click OK, and now we can see the top 4 items account for 80% of our actual costs. Of course, with pivot tables, we can get even more insights easily. For example, I could look at this data by country. Let's drag country into the row area, and now we can see that in Austria, hardware, internal labor, and external labor account for 80% of the cost, whereas in Belgium, external labor and internal labor account for over 80%. And this allows us to create tailored programs to reduce costs in each country. Sometimes we still have way too much data to see the wood from the trees, in which case we can use conditional formatting to help identify areas that need our attention. You'll find the conditional formatting tools on the Home tab of the ribbon Conditional Formatting. And here we'll start with color scales, which will give us a heat map effect. I'm going to go with red, yellow, green because I have costs so I want the highest costs in red and the lowest costs in green. I only had one cell selected, so it's only applied the format to that one cell. Clicking on the icon here, I can apply it to all cells showing some of actual values for cost element and IT department, and now we can easily see the IT departments that account for most of the labor cost. We can also see the productivity department is a big contributor to hardware costs. Now another option we have, let's remove this conditional formatting, clear rules from the entire sheet, and we'll highlight the top 20% in each department. So again, conditional formatting, top and bottom rules, and I want top 10% and I'm going to change 10% to 20, and I can choose from the default colors here, or I can create a custom format. I'm going to leave it light red fill with dark red text. Click OK, and now we need to click on this and apply it to all cells showing some of actual values for cost element and IT department. Next, I need to go into conditional formatting and manage the rules. Double-click to edit the rule. And here, instead of the percent of the selected range for all values, I want for each row group. And that's going to highlight just the top 20% for each IT department. So we can see which cost element accounts for the majority of costs by IT department, enabling us to more efficiently customize our efforts. Now we've explored several ways to apply the 80-20 rule to our data, but now let's visualize it explicitly with the Pareto chart. I'll use the medical data that's already summarized. Now I only need to select the medication error and the total value columns. And then on the Insert Tabular ribbon under this chart drop-down, we've got a Pareto chart. Click on it to insert the chart, and let's make it wider so we can see the vertical axis labels. The columns represent the totals for each medication error, and the orange line is the cumulative percentage. We can use the percentage axis on the right to identify where the cumulative percentage crosses the 80% point. And from there, we can see the 4 errors that account for the majority of cases. With this chart, you don't need your source data sorted in descending order as I have here. The chart will automatically group it for you. Keep in mind that 80-20 is a guideline and not a strict rule. The actual ratio may vary, but the principle remains the same. So, hope you liked the video. Press the like button and do subscribe to this channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching.